Yeah, hi there, and these comments are for AA. I'm just using your initials for privacy purposes, and you completed one of my integrated speaking practice tests, and I am Michael Buckoff, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for your online TOEFL course, the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. You're also one of my students here at California State University, San Bernardino. So let's listen to what you have to say.
Passage and the listening passage both have example for impact of advertising in people behaviors.
Okay, now in terms of the P, you want to pronounce your P with more air. The reading passage and the listening passage. Your P almost sounds like a B consonant sound.
The reading passage say the advertising has effective ways because the commercial.
Okay, so what you want to do before you get to your details, you want to state what the overall main point is of the reading passage in the lecture. So let me ask you, what is the purpose of the reading passage? We know it's talking about advertising, right? But to what end? Why is it talking about advertising? So it's showing how advertising can have political effects on people's behaviors, right? Now the listening passage, of course, is talking about the economic effects of advertising on people's behaviors. So you want to make sure that you state those two main points first before you get to the smaller, what's called important details.
Divided our lives. For example, in politics, advertising can help people know about the politician. It also affects people to vote or against about him or her.
You want to say to vote. When you produce the V, to vote for someone, you have to put the lips behind the T, vote, and then vibrate the sound.
The listening passage have another effect way for.
You're having some language use issues. You can see the listening passage discusses another effect of advertising.
Advertising in our lives, it affects people in economy.
You know, you're saying in our life, I wouldn't. You want to try to be less personal with this type of speaking task, because what you're doing is summarizing the information. You don't have to bring the audience in and use words like I and my or are. You know, just focus on the reading and the lecture from the writer's point of view, not yours.
For example, the consumer make unconscious decisions.
You want to say there, the consumer makes. Don't forget your S there.
Decision to buy a product because he or she saw the commercial about this product or brand. The advertising can be better or worse for us. In conclusion, the reading passage and the listening passage are agree that the advertising.
You don't want to say are agree. You can say are agreeing maybe. But if you use the be verb and then the main verb after that, you want to use either passive voice or put ing on the verb.
Has effective way in our lives.
Okay, so let's talk about your score now. With this one, with pronunciation, you are having some problems, I think, with your pronunciation of American English, right? So I think you're going to need to practice that a little bit more. Okay, so my recommendation is you need to go through, beginning with my vowels and my consonant sounds, go through all those lessons first. Then once you're done with that, then you can work on the second half of my pronunciation course, which will focus on syllable division, grammatical word endings. You can also get some good practice with word stress, sentence rhythm, intonation, and also thought groups and blending, but you really want to focus a lot on pronunciation. Now, language use. You're also having problems with your grammar and your vocabulary usage. So my recommendation here is go to grammar lesson number 7 And there's a lot of information there, and you might want to make it a regular routine of maybe 30 minutes every other day. Maybe try to study about 2 to 3 hours a week just in the grammar area of my website. And that's going to help build your editing skills. You'll combine your sentences better, and so on. Okay, in terms of topic development, which is the last area that you'll be evaluated in, like I was saying, as you are presenting your information, you're not presenting accurately what the main point is of the reading and the lecture before you get to some of those details. So you have to do a little bit better on how you're organizing your response. Now, to help you with that, I recommend you take a look at my speaking lesson number 7. You might want to write this down. Speaking lesson number 7 will give you some more tips on how you can organize your ideas. We've already had the lesson in class, but I don't think you have mastered the information in that lesson yet. Okay, for your score, I'm going to put you at about 2.0 out of 4, or 15 points out of 30 on this particular practice test. Now, for the purposes of our class, let's take a look at I'm going to take a look at your grade right now. Okay, so you had 2.0 on the speaking, so that puts you at 70% for this particular practice test out of 100. All right, thank you.